Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and on today's video I want to talk about a particular subject that is something that's hot on my mind, and I don't think a lot of people are really talking about this, so from the title of this video, will drifting survive? You might be thinking to yourself, what the fuck are you talking about, John? Drifting is doing great. Of course it's gonna survive. I don't know what you're talking about. What issue? What's the deal? And the main issue that I see with drifting and just everything as a whole is inflation. Inflation is creating a massive issue in our everyday lives, and it's affecting drifting. Rarely does outside politics or the way the currency is being ran, it really affect drifting as a whole. You know what I mean? But let me kind of back up real quick. What kind of sparked this is that I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch Lone Star Drift. If you guys don't watch the channel, definitely watch it. It's one of the best channels out there. For me personally, I love the interviews and talking about the subjective nature of drifting, and that's what kind of inspired me to make this video. But anyways, they talk about drifting being in a golden age, right? And 100% it is. It has been in for the last 3 to 4 years. It's definitely been in just got passed, but yes, it's been in a golden age for the last couple of years, but everything that goes up must come down. It's a law of gravity, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about, is the downward decline of drifting. And I think the demise, maybe not so much the demise, drifting's going to survive, right? It's not going to really die, but I think it's going to take a considerable hit due to the economy. The economy is doing fantastic right now, but inflation is kind of, in my opinion, going to hurt drifting as a whole initially, and then there's going to be a fallout drop off after that, because with inflation comes the pop, and then the economy is going to tank, and we're going to go through a recession, and that's just what I'm predicting. And I've been predicting this actually for 6 years, I think, but I got my tinfoil hat on. But with inflation, gas prices have gone up because it closed down the pipeline. Supply chains are broken because of COVID, so on and so forth. Whatever excuses that they continue to make for the reason that inflation is happening, why the cost of everything is going up, so on and so forth. But I know drifting as a whole is expensive, but one of the biggest appeals of drifting is the fact that it is supposed to be affordable, and it's affordable to a degree. But and I always tell people, when they ask me, they say, "Hey, John, is drifting expensive?" And I say, this is always my answer: is drifting is as expensive as you make it. Other motorsports, besides maybe autocross, isn't that way. There's a dollar that you have to spend. You know what I mean? If you want to do rally, it's going to cost you a certain amount of money, and it's out of reach for most people. Drag racing, dollars equals going fast. There's no way around it. But in drifting, that was what drives people to it, and the subjective nature of it, the stylistic parts of drifting. All the nuances in drifting is appealing as well, but also the accessibility, the affordability of it, and I think the base cost of drifting is going up because fuel costs what it costs. It's over $4 a gallon, right? There's no way around that. You got to put fuel in your truck, you got to put fuel in the car, unless you drive to an event, but still it's going to cost you a certain amount of money. Most people have to travel for drifting, so right there, you can't get around. the cost of the event, the entry fee, that is going up considerably. There's really nothing you can actually do about that either, you know? So, unless you're getting like some discount or something like that. But tires is a different subject, because you can scrounge them, you can go to shops and dumpster dive, whatever you need to do to get those tires, you know. But a lot of people, they buy new, they buy Kendas, they buy cheap Walmart tires or whatever. That's typically what I do. So the base cost, you know, originally in 2020, a set of tire, or what I would spend on tires for an event was like $300. You know what I mean? I buy 6 tires at $50 a piece, and you know, $300, and that's, you know, what I would spend in tires. Now that number has grown significantly because tires have gone up 45%. So, with that being said, I think it's going to be a deterrent for new people that are getting into it, your average person that attends an event, maybe some already established drivers that, you know, are just sick of paying through the nose for a lot of this stuff. You're gonna see those kind of guys fall off, which is gonna hurt the events. You know, there's gonna be less frequent events. Hold on. The event costs are probably gonna go up because, you know, inflation, obviously. The fact that there's less drivers to cover the rental costs, the insurance, and all the other shit that event hosts have to pay. You know, like, the amount of people that host event is going to go down because it's not going to be financially viable for them to put their time and effort into an event. You know what I mean? So it's going to create a chain reaction. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to create a decline for drifting. And you know, another subject that plays a huge factor in this, and this is rant warning right here, because I'm going to get a little, I guess, loud on this one. But anyways, the issue, the deep-rooted issue that I personally think, like, something broke during COVID times. And when something breaks, there's usually a fix for that. And I don't think people or the politicians are willing to fix it, because why would they fix it? They have money tied up in the stock market. With inflation creates, you know, stock prices to go up, right? Because more companies are making money. What's the incentive for them to do that when their pockets are getting lined? They're getting richer while we're getting poorer, you know, whatever. And this isn't a Democrat, Republican issue. It is a fucking issue just across the board. You know, it doesn't matter what your political stance is. This affects everybody, and I get really irritated, especially when, you know, I just want to live my life. You know what I mean? I want to do my hobby. I want to have fun. But once you take that away, you know, I get a little irritated. You know, it's just as simple as that. You know, I just want to be left alone to my own devices, do what I love to do, and not have to, you know, cut off my left arm to do it, you know. So the supply chains. Something broke during COVID, during that process, you know. Something caused the supply chains to break, you know. If it's the plants in China that can't produce rubber, or whatever is causing the supply chain issue, if it's the harbor not having the trucks to offload it or the people to offload it, I don't know. But it's our politicians' jobs to fix that problem. You know, whatever broke, fucking fix it. It's that simple. If you guys wrote something into law that says that a truck can't go up on a dock because it is older than 2011, which I don't know if that's the for sure reason, but if that is the issue, put a stay on that bill or whatever legislation that they passed to do that. put a stay on it and get the fucking trucks moving. Wait till you have infrastructure to get those trucks or the transportation required to meet your bill. Don't put the cart before the horse. I mean, it's just that fucking simple. You know what I mean? Just like the pipeline, they closed down the pipeline. You don't have the infrastructure to support that. No, you pass your failings off on the American people to pay through the nose for gasoline. That, to me, that's unacceptable. You know what I mean? They didn't have a backup plan. They just did what they wanted to do. And, you know, probably because they had stocks in whatever in whatever they were doing. You know, in whatever company or whatever, you know, like I don't feel like red or blue, they have anybody's best interest at heart. You know what I mean? Because just like an engine, if something breaks, there's a fix to that brake. You know what I mean? So, anyways, rant over. Let me know in the comments if you made it this far in this video. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the tryhards, the homies, the people that keep me going and wanting to do this. That's what makes it all worth it, is the gratification that I get from, you know, either comments, seeing you guys in person, whatever. But thank you guys for supporting the channel, watching me rant on and on and on. But and let me know in the comments below, you know, if this is something that is affecting you guys, you know, or just let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if you want me to continue to do content like this. I don't know if you guys find it as interesting as I do. Sorry, roundabout. So just let me know in the comments below if, you know, you found this interesting, and if you want me to keep making content like this. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. I know I've said that already, but hey, can't thank you guys enough. All right, I'll see you guys next time.